I'm honestly not sure why wrestling fans tend to do this, but they have been doing this a lot, and they are overreacting to absolutely every single decision without waiting to see things play out. And then they look stupid as hell because after it plays out in a way that they didn't expect, they're a fan and they're happy. Now, I'm not saying Logan Paul is winning Money in the Bank. I can make a very good argument for why Logan Paul should win Money in the Bank. In fact, I already did that the other day. I made a video. But I think people need to understand why Logan Paul is in the Money in the Bank match. Now, just a quick reminder. Years ago, WWE would not even logically tell you as to why Logan Paul would be in the match. If this was the old WWE, WWE would have just simply had Logan Paul added to the match, forget about the qualifying matches, all that shit. They would have just put him in there. No promo, nothing. At the very least, WWE had Logan Paul stand on top of 2 ladders, cut a heel promo in Cleveland, and then he said the magic words, he made the call. Because we all know Logan Paul has this massive influence. Logan Paul was able to politic his way to Mr. Money in the Bank. He's taken the easy way. He's a heel. It makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not saying you have to like the creative, but you can't sit there and say it's not logical. Because not logical would have been WWE just putting up a graphic and being like, oh, per WWE executives, Logan Paul's in the match. No, they're letting him explain why he's in it. It makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying you have to like it, but it is logical. Now, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually genuinely excited for Money in the Bank because these are all guys who could benefit from winning Money in the Bank. By the way, these guys that can all benefit from winning Money in the Bank can all benefit from working with Logan Paul. Look at Logan Paul and what he's done in the WWE. He just lost to Seth Rollins. He had a massive match with Roman Reigns. And those 2 guys currently hold world title gold. He was in the Royal Rumble match, working with tons of stars who used to hold the world championship belt. It is no secret that working with Logan Paul is a massive rub. It is no secret that Logan Paul being in the match is going to garner a ton of mainstream attention. And these individuals in the Money in the Bank match are all guys who desperately need that. They desperately need to work with somebody who can give them the rub. Now, I can make a really good argument about Logan Paul winning Money in the Bank. And in fact, I already did that. I made a video, right? But I can also make a very good argument as to why Damian Priest and LA Knight and Santos and Nakamura and Ricochet, why all these guys could win Money in the Bank and why they could all be successful as Money in the Bank winners. I can make a very good argument that all of these guys are worthy of winning Money in the Bank. And the good thing is, I feel like a lot of you guys can do the same thing. Now, if Drew McIntyre was in the match, if Edge was in the match, if Randy Orton was in the match, if all these guys who used to hold the world championship at some point were in this match, to me, that doesn't really do much. But the fact that any one of these people could win Money in the Bank and eventually successfully cash in and finally win a world championship, to me, that's what Money in the Bank is all about. The reality is that Logan Paul being in this match is going to give a massive rub to every single individual in this match. And let's just call it what it is. Logan Paul has gotten really good at selling. He's gotten really good with the in-ring psychology of wrestling. He's gotten really good into playing with the crowd. This guy understands character work. He is not perfect by any means, but he is definitely capable of going out there and putting on some great moments for Money in the Bank. The London crowd is going to eat this match up. And I think regardless of who wins, everybody will be excited. The only person I think the crowd will truly go insane for is LA Knight. But I think even if it was Ricochet or Nakamura, everybody would be happy with the decision because we all know what's at stake. This is changing the way that WWE treats their mid-card, right? And that's what WWE is essentially doing by having this match. Logan Paul is best for business. Logan Paul is good at this wrestling stuff. There's nothing else to really say other than that. There really isn't. You don't have to like Logan Paul personally or whatever, but I'm noticing this trend, especially in wrestling media, people that are reporting, they're using their personal opinions towards somebody, and they're using that to skew their opinion on the booking or the creative of wrestling, whether that's WWE or AEW. And the thing is, I think that is detrimental to their coverage. But also, I think a lot of people are doing that in general. I think a lot of fans look at Logan Paul and what he does outside of WWE and stuff. And like, you're allowed to feel how you feel. But I don't think it's good to overreact without seeing how things play out. We saw this with Cody. We see this with CM Punk. We see this with absolutely everything. We see it with Roman Reigns. People's personal emotions and overreactions are making themselves miserable because of it. They're making themselves miserable because of it. I think this is going to be a really good Money in the Bank match. And I think right now, Money in the Bank, I'm more excited about Money in the Bank because it's all the little things that got us there. But the cool thing is Logan Paul being in this match is going to result in a lot of people talking about guys nobody talks about as much. And that's the reality. Logan Paul is best for business. Logan Paul's clips go viral. Logan Paul gets a reaction from the crowd. The guys, this is a wrestler now. We're not talking about Logan Paul, the influencer. He goes into the WWE. He has a couple big moments. He has a great match. He wrestles his heart out. He does a lot of great things. And the fans want to hate him. And then the funny thing is he's so damn good that the fans literally have to clap and cheer for him. We see this with Seth Rollins. We saw this with Roman Reigns. I mean, we see this every single time. We saw this at the Royal Rumble. It's like all this fake hate is being used for like engagement and Twitter. And then literally as the match happens, you see all these people posting the GIFs. The reality is that's what this match needed. This match needs that. This match needs everybody to go crazy and talking and blah, 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 blah. They need to be hyped up. They need to be shocked. They need to be. And the best part is we don't even know if Logan Paul is going to win. And if he wins, you can do a lot of cool stuff with that too. But even if he doesn't win, if you give it to LA Knight, if you give it to Damian Priest, if you give it to Santos, Nakamura, if you give it to any of these guys, they would all benefit from it. This is not a lose-lose situation. Usually I'm complaining about wrestling companies booking themselves in the corner, and for once, I'm starting to realize wide open in front of my eyes, they're not doing that this time. So yeah, this is best for business. And if I'm WWE, I literally would make sure that Logan Paul has very big moments working with every single individual in this match. He should have one viral clip per one person that he's wrestling with in this match because they would all benefit from it. And the best part is we know Logan Paul has Impulsive. It's one of the biggest podcasts out there. He should be talking about Money in the Bank. Maybe he should have one of these guys on there. Hell, LA Knight could interrupt his podcast. You guys see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you can do. And that's why you do it. The options are endless. I love this. I love Money in the Bank. For once, I'm actually excited about it. I have a very strong feeling that whoever wins Money in the Bank will successfully cash in. And that's a really good feeling knowing that a lot of these guys weren't given that opportunity before, and it could literally happen to anybody. Can't be disappointed. You could sit here and overreact and do whatever you want just because you feel like it. But the reality is, if you open up your eyes a little bit and you understand why it's beneficial for him to be in the match, if you're somebody who wants Ricochet to win and Ricochet ends up winning, just understand that like that will truly help Ricochet more than it would hurt Ricochet. And that's the reality.